Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where we will be looking at algebraic word problems. First thing I need to say is this is tough. And the reason I'm telling you that this is tough is as we go through the questions and we inevitably find it quite difficult, you need to know that you're supposed to find it difficult at first, because what I don't want you to do is find it so hard that you give up. You need to expect that it's going to be difficult, and then you're going to get over that, and then we're going to be able to solve them. Okay, so know that it's going to be difficult, and we will get to a stage where we can answer these quite quickly. Okay, but it's not going to be instant. Something that I must stress: there are far too many students who try to do all of the working out in their heads. We don't need to always rely on our heads. Okay, in fact, in many cases, we need to show our working out. Some of the most impressive, most intelligent things we can do as learners is show how we get to an answer. Okay, it's not always the most impressive thing to do everything in your head. Okay, putting stuff down on paper and saying this is how I know the answer is correct is a very intelligent thing to do, and indeed we must do that with these question types. Okay, so let's have a look at an example question. The price for 2 donuts and 3 teas is £3.10. The price for 4 donuts and 4 teas is £4.80. How much does 1 tea cost? How much does 1 donut cost? Okay, so it's given us some information, which we can see up here. It's told us how much 2 donuts and 3 teas is, and 4 donuts and 4 teas. But we need to use that information to work out, well, how much is 1 tea and how much is 1 donut, right? And there is a process. And now this process is going to take a little bit of getting used to, but the second we get used to it, it's going to seem very easy, okay? But except it's going to be tough to start off with. First step, let's look at the first math statement at the top. It says the price for 2 donuts and 3 teas is £3.10. I'm going to rewrite that as algebra. In other words, I'm going to rewrite that with just numbers and letters, okay? And mathematical symbols. So how would I do that? Well, let's have a look. We've got 2 donuts, so 2D. I'm writing D because I'm talking about donuts. We don't have to write D, but I'm using D because it's going to be easier for me, okay? So 2D plus 3T, 3 T's, 3T, 3 T's, equals 3.10, £3.10. And that's it. That's my first step. My first step is just to rewrite the mathematical statement. So the price for 2 donuts and 3 teas is £3.10. It's the same as saying 2D, 2 donuts, plus 3T, 3 teas equals £3.10. Let's do the same with the next statement. 4D, 4 donuts, plus 4T, 4 teas, equals 4.80, £4.80. Okay, that's my first step completed. My first step was to rewrite it as algebra. I have done that, okay? So that step isn't too difficult, hopefully. The next step gets a little bit trickier, all right? So this is what we need to do next. Our next step is to have a look at these letters that we have here, D and T. We need to make the same number appear in front of one of those letters. Sounds really confusing, right? Basically, let's look at the D's. We've got 2D and 4D. They need to be the same number. Or we can look at the T's. We've got 3T and 4T. They need to be the same number. One of those must be the same. Either the D or the T, it doesn't matter. You can choose whichever one you want. I'm going to choose D, and the reason will become obvious in a second, okay? So I'm going to make the D's have the same number in front of them. How do I do that? Well, I need to think of a number that both 2 and 4 go into. You want to think of the lowest number that 2 and 4 go into, okay? So which number do both 2 and 4 go into? Which number are 2 and 4 both factors of? And the answer would be 4. 2 goes into 4, 2 times 2, and 4 goes into 4, 4 times 1. That's why I chose these, because I knew that 2 and 4 both went into 4, okay? So I'm going to make the same number appear in front of the D's. Now, how do I do that? Well, this one is already a 4. I don't have to do anything to that. I can leave it alone. It's already a 4. But this one here is not a 4. It's a 2. I need to change it to 4. How do I do that? I must use multiplication, not adding, I'm multiplying, okay? So what do I need to do to 2D to make it 4D? Of course, I multiply by 2. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So I need to multiply it by 2, but I must multiply the entire top statement by 2. All of it must be multiplied by 2. Let's see how we do that. So we've got 2D multiplied by 2 is 4D. 3t multiplied by 2 is 6t. And £3.10 multiplied by 2 is £6.20. Okay? And that's it. That's my second step done. All right. Now we are on the next step. Okay. And the next step is this. I need to look for the lowest value. So do you see I've got 620 up here and 480 down here. The lowest value, which is the 481, and subtract it from the highest value. So the bottom statement is the lowest value. I'm going to subtract it from the top statement because that's a higher value. Okay. In other words, I'm doing 4D plus 6t equals 620. And from that, I'm going to subtract 4D plus 4t equals 480. Sounds confusing? Don't worry, it's not. I'll show you. Let me show you. So let's just get rid of these arrows. Okay, so this is what we do. We are removing all of this from all of that. Firstly, let's remove the 4Ds. 4D subtracted from 4D gives us nothing. They cancel each other out. So I've got nothing down here and I've got nothing up here. Okay, so the 4Ds are gone. Then we're going to subtract 4t from 6t. What is 4t subtracted from 6t? In other words, what is 6t minus 4t? Of course, the answer is 2t. Okay, so that's gone. And up here, we have 2t left. And finally, what is 480 subtracted from 620? In other words, what is £6.20 minus £4.80? £6.20 minus £4.80 gives us £1.40. And look what I'm left with. I'm left with 2t's equals 140. So if 2t's equals £1.40, 1t must be 70 pence. And that's it. I now have the answer to one of the questions. 1t is 70 pence. So how am I going to find out the answer for the donut? Well, have a look at the question at the top. So let me just get the eraser, rub all this out. Let's look at the question at the top. Okay, if we know that 1t is 70 pence, right? Well, 3t's must be £2.10. £2.10. Which means 2 donuts must be £1. And the reason I know that is because £1 and £2.10 equals £3.10. So 2 donuts must be £1. If 2 donuts is £1, 1 donut must be 50 pence. And I've got my answer. Okay, now to check my answer, all I'd need to do is use these numbers, use these prices, and make sure they all make sense, but it does. It all makes perfect sense, okay? So like I said, this is a bit tricky, and at the moment, if you're feeling super confused, it's completely normal. You're supposed to. There's nothing wrong with you. You're supposed to feel really confused at this point. The only way we're going to get rid of this confusion is by practicing, okay? Otherwise, we're not going to get any better at this. So let's do another one, but this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you, first of all, let's look at the question. So here's the question. What I'm going to let you do is pause the video, have a go at doing it. Do as much as you can remember. Okay, remember, there's quite a few steps. Do as much as you can remember. If you can remember only one step, fantastic. Play the video when you've done that. If you can remember all the steps, brilliant. Get your answer and play the video to see if you're correct. If you don't remember any steps, it's okay. But make sure you really focus on the answer, okay? So pause the video if you need to, because I'm going to work this one out right now. Okay, step 1. I'm going to be a bit quick with this one because I think we've got a bit more understanding now, okay? So first step is to rewrite this thing using algebra. So the price for 3 cartons of milk and 4 bottles of water is £12. So I'm going to write 3M, 3 milks, yeah? 3M plus 4W, 4 waters, equals 12. The price for 4 cartons of milk, so 4 milks, and 5 waters equals 15.5 or £15.50. First step done, okay? Next step is I need to make the M's the same or the W's the same, okay? This one's a bit trickier because 3 doesn't go into 4 and 4 doesn't go into 5. So we need to find the number that both of those numbers go into. Let's use the M's, okay? So I'm going to make the same number appear in front of the M's. What do 3 and 4 both go into? They are both factors of 12, okay? So let's make both this 12M and this 12M, okay? Excuse me. So how do I make 3M into 12M? I multiply it by 4, but I must multiply the whole thing by 4. All of this top statement by 4. So 3M times 4 is 12M. 4W times 4 is 16W. And 12 times 4 is 48. Okay, I need to now change this into 12, but I don't multiply this by 4, do I? I need to multiply this by 3. So the entire statement needs to be multiplied by 3. Okay, so 4M times 3 is 12M. 5W times 3, 15W. And £15.50 multiplied by 3 gives us £46.50, I believe. Yeah, £46.50. Okay, now I did that in my head, which is not easy to do. If you can't multiply questions like that in your head very quickly, it's okay. Pause the video and use a column method. We know how to use a column method, right? So take your time with it. Okay, so now I'm at this stage. I'm now at my final stage, which is to find the smallest value. So this one, £46.50, is smaller than that one. I need to subtract all of this from all of that. Okay, so 12M, take away from 12M, they cancel each other out. There's nothing left on both sides. So get rid of that and get rid of that. Okay, 15W subtracted from 16W. 16 minus 15 is 1. So we're left with 1W. Okay, so get rid of that. And at the top, we're left with 1W, just W. And then £46.50 subtracted from £48 gives us £1.50, £1.50. Okay, and it tells me the answer. Water equals £1.50. Okay, how am I going to work out the milk? Well, I now know that water is £1.50. Okay, and if I know that 4 bottles of water, if 1 bottle of water is £1.50, 4 bottles of water must be £6 because 150 times 4 is £6. Okay, again, column method if you don't know how to do that. All right, so we've got 3 cartons of milk and 4 bottles of water is £12. So if the bottles of water is £6, the cartons of milk must also be £6 because £6 and £6 is £12. Yeah, and that's what it says there. So if 3 cartons of milk is £6, 1 carton of milk must be £2. And that's it. That's how we do it. Okay, so again, at this point, there would be no surprise if you're still feeling confused. It is one of those question types where it feels like it takes us longer than usual to understand it, and don't worry, that's what it is. Okay, we're going to have to accept it takes us a little while longer to understand how to do these algebraic word problems. Okay, but like I keep saying, the more we practice, the quicker it gets. Okay, this is our final question. And after this question, please have a look at the worksheet in the description of this video because there are more questions for you to practice. Okay, so this is the final question that we're going to go through together. So can you pause the video, give it a go yourself, even if it's just the first couple of steps you do? The second you get a little bit confused, play the video and we'll do the rest together. So first step, let's rewrite this as algebra. 2 lollipops and 5 colas is £3. So 2L plus 5C is 3. Okay, next step, 3 lollipops, 3L plus 6 colas, 6C equals 375, 3.75. Next step is to make either the L's have the same number in front of them or the C's. Which one should we use? Let's use the L's. Doesn't matter which one we use. Really doesn't matter. It's your choice. Okay. But sometimes there's an easier number to choose, letter to work with. So let's change these L's. What are 2 and 3 factors of? 6. Yeah. So 2 and 3 both go into 6. Let's change them to 6. How do I change 2L to 6? I multiply it by 3. Okay. So 2L multiplied by 3 is 6L. 5C multiplied by 3 is 15C. £3 multiplied by 3 is £9. Okay, now I want to change this to 6L. This is 3L at the moment. I want to change it to 6L. What do I need to do? Multiply it by 2. So 3L times 2, 6L. 6C times 2, 12C. 375 times 2, 750. Oops. 750. Okay. Final step, find the smallest value, which is the bottom one, and subtract it from the largest value, which is this one. Okay, so let's do it. 6L, take away from 6L. They're the same thing. They cancel each other out. If we remove 6L from the bottom and the top, it's going to be nothing left on either side. So let's get rid of them. 6L from that one, 6L from that one. 12C subtracted from 15C. So 15C, take away 12C, well, equals 3C. And finally, 750 subtracted from £9 is £1.50. And we're done. Okay. The only bit we've got to do now is the final bit of working out based on what we have here. So 3 colas is 150. If 3 colas is 150, 1 cola is going to be 50 pence, because 50 pence times 3 is £1.50. If we know that a cola is 50 pence, that must mean that we know that 5 colas is £2.50, because 50 times 5 is £2.50. And if we know that 5 colas is £2.50, 2 lollipops must be 50 pence. Why? Because 50 pence plus £2.50 is £3. If 2 lollipops is 50 pence, 1 must be 25 pence. And we're done. We've got our answer. So this is tricky. It's not supposed to be easy. Okay. So like I said at the beginning, if you're finding it tough, please don't worry. Keep practicing. Watch the video again if you need to. Look at the description of this video. There is a worksheet. Practice. If you need to rewatch the video or certain parts of the video to help you answer the worksheet, please do that. But you will get there. I promise you will get there if you keep trying. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.